Hey guys, today I am at Litt Tak Damen outlet to check out the MGEX. So I will take you through to look at the display of the MGEX right over there. But then later as well, I will help you have a tour of the Gunpla store that is Litt Tak Damen. There's actually quite a lot of new products and cool, unique products that I don't see anywhere else. So let's get going. Now this is basically the MGEX on display. We cannot take the unit out. We have not been given permission to touch it, but we can film it behind the display glass, as you can see here. Very nicely displayed, so let's get on to it. Now this is the first time I'm actually seeing the MGEX up close, so I can't really tell you what's the difference between this and the previous Unicorn version Master Grade, but definitely up close, you know, you can definitely see that the cycle frame itself is different. So this time around it's a clear cycle frame, but I'm not sure whether this kit itself has been given a special matte coating finish, but you know, a big thank you to the folks at Litt Tak for keeping the display cabinet clean, so it is much easier to film without seeing all the smudges of people touching the display case. The shield, well, it actually looks a lot better than I anticipated. So I'm actually glad that I pre-ordered this kit, so when it comes out by end September, if I'm not mistaken, this will be in my collection, but I'm not sure whether I have the time to build and do a review, because this kit actually has quite a lot of tricky wiring that we need to figure out how. But so far, I mean, the LED emitting gimmick definitely does look very cool and very unique indeed, and also with the decals as well. Now let's look at the side. If you look at the side here, you can see that that is the cage that actually comes with the MGEX Unicorn as well, and as well as the bazooka weapon. But at the end there, you can see, let me zoom in there a little bit for you guys. You can see there's a cable right behind the Unicorn itself, right? So there's some decals on the cage as well, L6, L5, L4, and there you go. There is, of course, there's a pilot, small miniature pilot right up in front, but I can't really zoom in that far, but it's a very small pilot. I'm not sure who that is, but that's the guy there. Okay, the base itself looks a lot better than I anticipated too, so kudos to Bandai. I think they've done a very good job on the MGEX. Now let's look at the back. I think that's where you guys wanted to see more details in terms of the wiring and whatnot. But unfortunately, you know, I can't actually touch the unit itself. You can only feel behind the display case. But as you can see here, everything looks quite neat. This is basically the box where you put up all your weapons and accessories. But if you go down further, this is basically where the wirings that you need to contend with. Obviously, you need to power up the LEDs from somewhere, somewhat. So if you're going to be displaying this, you need to figure out a way to neatly tidy up all those cables, as you can see there. Okay, so all in all, looks pretty good. Not a lot of nut marks on the cage as well, so whoever built this, kudos to you. Okay, a closer look on the weapons, the Gatling guns behind the shield. Very nicely done. Very nicely done indeed. Okay, I'll film the LED light sequence in a moment, but as you can see here, there is basically the LED wires that comes out to light up the shields in front. Okay, let me go on to this side. Yeah, I have to say this definitely looks a lot better than I anticipated. I also have the Master Grade Unicorn titanium finish, but I've yet to build that, so I've not really built many unicorns in my own collection, but I'm just kind of glad that I actually pre-ordered this. I know, yes, it is expensive, but given that this is a MGEX and the first in line from Bandai, I thought, you know, this is just something new and something that I have to get. So let's check out the LED gimmicks from the kit itself. Now, surprisingly, if you look at the base, I'm not sure whether you guys can see this. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here. There seems to be some dowel at the bottom of this base for the shield. I'm not sure whether they do anything. So I'll do a review once I get a kit if I manage to get a chance to actually build it, right? But so far, no, I don't see any light bleeding of any sorts on the unicorn, so I guess that is a good sign. But all in all, yeah, very nicely finished. I'll ask the staff at Litt Tak Diamond Store if they actually done a matte finish coating to the kit, because the finishing does look really nice. Okay, now let's check out the video gimmick before we run through the store for all the latest Gunpla kits. Now, one other thing I noticed is that the shield doesn't light up when the Gundam Unicorn cycle frame is red, but when the cycle frame is green, that's where, see, both of them actually lights up at the same time. So apparently the shield only lights up with the green LED lights and not the red. So I'm not sure whether there's any ways to change it. I would probably need to check it out. But all in all, the LED effects, positive effect is actually pretty cool. It's very calming. So, okay, now that we have seen the MGEX on display, let's look at what's in store here at Damen Litt Tak. First up is the displays. I really like to come here and check out all the latest models on display. So they pretty much always have all the latest kits already built, so you can have a look before you buy if you're not sure. So most of the new kits are professionally built, such as this Curious, Weathered Battle Damage is here, and also the Eva, as you can see here as well, Evangelion, and also even the Figurized Ultraman series as well. Very nicely done. So even all the Digimon kits, they're all here built. And this guy, I can't remember this guy's name at the top of my head right now. But most of the displays here are quite cool. Some of them are very well built, such as this Barbatos. Very nice weathered finish. So for those of you who have built a Barbatos, do you also done a similar finish for your kit? And of course the Luna Mara Hawk as well. Very nicely done. What was interesting that I wasn't expecting to find was that they also had the SIC Kamen Rider line on display too. So these are all the new SIC Kamen Rider line from the designers. Each of them have a specific designer. Let me try to see if I can focus in on the dragon. There you go. There is a Ryuki. There is a Kuga. Nicely done. Forze. But probably my biggest surprise for this new SRC line is that they actually have also Kamen Rider Ghost. So Kamen Rider Ghost to me was probably one of the least popular in the series, at least for the new Kamen Rider line. They also had the Metal Build Evangelion as well on display. So very cool if you guys are into this series. And also the GFF series. This is the Granddaddy. The finishing on the white is actually quite surprising. It's milky white, so it's not the pure white as you can see. And also Zaku. These two are actually one of the most sought after GFF of late that I can remember. Also some Chokokins on display, but let's not go to that. So if you want anything such as the latest Gundam Universe line, they also have the full series here as well. Unicorn, Barbatos, Granddaddy, and even the Banshee. So these are wave 1. I believe they should also have wave 2 as well. Now let's look at all the other stuff that they have in the store. So all these are new Pan Presto kits. They also have some Godzilla figures, Senseiya, quite a lot of Tamashii Nation products on display too. But I'm sensing that most of you want to actually see these guys, right? These were premium Bandai if I'm not mistaken, but hey, it's actually available here in the store. Very cool looking. Okay, high resolution model, they have most of the models here on display. Wing, Gundam, and the rest. Okay, so I like how the store actually splits their kits by grades. As you can see here, this is real grade. So most of the real grade kits will be on one section of the store, Reborn 100 series and everything else. And the prices are pretty competitive. They always have sales and whatnot happening at the same time. So there's also some very cool perfect grade kits also on display. GPO1, GPOB is also available here. Families of red frame is also available here. This is the red frame perfect grade. Now, as you can see here, there's actually quite a lot of master grade, high grade, but I'm not going to go through all of them because probably you'll see some of them in your local stores anyway. So I'll pinpoint into some of the unique finds that I've seen so far. So, I mean, if you want to have all the latest kits, the Damen Litt Tak store will probably have most of them, but these are the classic ones that's been reissued, such as this old granddaddy here. I'll pick it up later and show you guys. But also in terms of all the origins, such as the latest Zaku one and all the old classic kits, as you can see here, these are quite rare. So I was actually quite impressed to see that they actually have all these old kits. If you're wondering how do all these old kits look and feel and even build like, you can get them here at this store. There you go. Yeah. A diorama type build as well. This is interesting. I've never seen this before. Alright. 1 to 250 scale. Yeah, these are quite unique. I've never seen this before. Interesting. And let's look at this big box of Granddaddy. This is a 160 scale. 160 scale Granddaddy. Not much panel line given that this kit is something from quite some time ago. Yeah, it's a pretty basic kit with limited articulation and display, but you can actually dock the Core Fighter into the Granddaddy itself. So pretty cool for its time. Okay, and as you can see here, there's most of the kits that you would want to buy in terms of high grade, they will actually have it on display. Okay, quite a lot of high grade kits. So in terms of high grade kits, there's actually quite a lot to choose from. Yeah. They also have surprisingly quite a lot of other stuff available as well, such as the Tomica, the Takara Tomy, the train sets, Beyblades, and even Star Wars. I know some of you are big fans of Star Wars model kits, but for me, the one I'm really aiming for is actually C-3PO and R2-D2. I might be getting this. And also, in terms of the X-Wing, there was one X-Wing that you can actually have it moving with movie sounds, but that is actually already all sold out. So you can actually check out all the Star Wars kits on display. It's already been built. And it's actually quite a nice diorama here, as you can see. Let me move my light source. This is the scene from the first movie where the X-Wing piloted by Luke drop in 2 torpedoes into that small little gaping hole, being chased by all the X-Wings and the TIE fighters by Darth Vader and his crew. So quite a nice diorama here on display. Now if you're wondering, hey, are there any perfect grade? Yes, it's actually quite a big selection of perfect grade kits available here. Even some of the special editions such as the Zero Custom Pearl Mirror Coating Finish, they have it here as well. And all the figurized series, your Mazinger, Mazing Kaiser, One Piece, and also the Star Blazers or Spaceship Battle Yamato is better known here in Asia. These are all those big ships that I would one day would love to buy and collect, but given how these guys are quite pricey, I'm skipping them for now. But in terms of perfect grade, as I mentioned earlier, you can pretty much get anything you want here. Even the big O, something that you don't see quite often in most Gunpla stores, they actually have it right here. And of course, those are the Best Hit Chronicles Saturn, Sega Saturn unit You want a big pit board, but hasn't built yet. Okay, so Tomica, quite a lot of items to choose from. And if you go here, there's actually a Best Buy bargain corner. So some very cool kits that you can actually buy at a quite okay rate. This is the Gundam Tertium, right? Gundam Tertium, Rasen 210, Eldora, and also the Zaltzum. And as I mentioned, this store is actually quite complete in terms of what you can get for Gunpla. Even the SD kits, SDCS, and even the Dragon Ball series. As you can see here, they have it all, right? And if you're looking for the new Build Divers Re-Rise series, most of the kits are here. Aegis 9 is not out yet. As in most part of the world, I think it's only out in Japan so far. But you can get most of the Build Divers Re-Rise series here, okay? A lot more Takaratomi kits, I'm not going to talk about that, but in terms of, as I mentioned just now, SDCS, quite a lot of SDCS kits over here. The high-grade kits, Penelope. I'm actually got the Penelope on a custom build commission, so I will talk to more you guys about that when it's done. But for now, yeah, pretty much everything that you can ask for, you can actually buy them here. This is the Dendrobium. It's quite a good kit, and most people want to buy a Dendrobium. I was once offered a very cheap price for a Dendrobium for something less than $200 US, but unfortunately I didn't have much cash then, so I didn't buy it. But in terms of master grades, SDCS, everything that you want, all the latest kits, the Litt Tak Diamond Store would have it. Even the Sakura Wars kits are also available here, as you can see here. Right, the G40, yeah, even the 30 minutes mission, most of the items are also available here. So do come by the new, not new, it's just been here for a couple of years. This is the Damen Litt Tak Hobby Store. So do say hi to the friendly staff over there. You know, they can help you out with anything that you need in terms of not only buying the kits, but also building tips, how to build your Gunpla kits, and also checking out the new MGEX on display that's coming out next month, if I'm not mistaken, in September. By end of September, you should be seeing this guy in retail stores very, very soon. So thank you guys for watching, and do remember to pop by Damen Litt Tak Store.